Hello and welcome back to another video on Diablo 4. So today we're going to be talking about Doombringer and Shako and Blood Surge, and if Blood Surge is good and what it's good for. So with this build, I have 70% in all resists. I have 3788 overpower damage, and my attack speed's pretty up there. Crit and crit doesn't really matter. And my life pool is 29, almost 29,500. So when I have fortitude, here, let me go attack something. So when you get fortitude, it'll double your life pool. So now if you highlight it, so now I have barrier plus fortitude. So I've effectively fully buffed 70,000 health, and that's insane. So I mean, this can do high level nightmare dungeons, but it's really slow. It doesn't have the damage. But what this is really good at is Helltide. So let's go over the gear real quick, and then we'll show you some Helltide, and then yeah, we'll talk more. So obviously I have Shako. You guys saw this in my previous videos. And then we're just wearing a disobedience chest with some damage reduction. On the gloves, we have +4 blood surge, lucky hit, overpower, attack speed. These are all really good stats for this build. On the pants, we got some dodge, more life. Life's really good for this build because of how overpower works. And then on our boots, I'm trying flicker strike, or flicker step, not strike, because of how bone storm works. And when this is active, you get bonus damage and damage reduction. So every time you evade, you get the 4 seconds cooldown reduction, which is huge because this has a really long cooldown. And then we have the Doombringer. This is not optimal for this build, but it works. So I mean, it's good enough. I'm getting attacked during the video. Let me go back to town. So the reason it's not optimal is because obviously it doesn't have overpower damage, and it has critical damage as the inherent stat, which is not, not needed for this build, right? You want to stack as much overpower, but it does have just damage and core damage, which we do utilize, and it has a huge 41.4% life, and that's how we have almost 30,000 HP. And with the more HP, the more overpower damage scales. You see up to 50% at max life. So 50% of my max life. But it still doesn't do enough damage for some reason. It just doesn't. It's not doing like the barbarian, like 100 million hits, billion hits. So, but it's a fun build, and it's really good for Helltide and Green Zone, and that's all it's good for. It's not really. It can do Nightmare 100, but it's slow. It doesn't have the damage, but it can do it, and it's really safe. So, and then the shield, we have a basic attack speed, huge, crit chance, lucky hit chance needed, and then lucky hit chance when you have barrier, pretty good. So, and then we have imprinted on there sacrifice. Our ring is max life, lucky hit chance, damage to close, overpower. So lucky hit, life, and overpower are really nice there. And then we have imprinted on there grasping vine. It's alright. And then this one's Starlight. This is for resource, and gain 32 of your primary resource every 25% of the life you heal. This one's kind of hard to do because we have a lot of life, but we do heal a lot. So, and one of our packs helps us do that. So yeah, we have lucky hit, vulnerable, overpower, and crit chance on there. We don't really use vulnerable. It would have been better if it was close or HP. A lot better if it was just flat HP. Then our neck's actually really good. And then I have on there imprint the blood skills. And then that's 75% attack speed for 4 seconds whenever you overpower, which is huge. It lets you build up your resources with auto attack, with hemorrhage. And it's just really nice. And then it's got willpower, move speed, cooldown, and then the +3 Tides of Blood. Tides of Blood's a really nice passive to boost. So our gear is pretty nice. It could be better. And then I forgot to show you, gloves are imprinted with the Echo, the Blood Surge, Bloodbath. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Shielding Storm, this is how you get barrier. And then that's why it's so important that Bone Storm is always up, and you're always dodging, always dodge, always evade, to give more cooldown to your ult. Really good synergy there. And then our Book of Dead, let's go over this real quick. So 25 resistances, really, really huge this season. Definitely take that. And then we got Overpower here, just obviously more Overpower damage because this is an Overpower build. And then I went with 12% life because that Overpower scales with that, and it seems to do a bit more damage. Attack speed is really nice too, so you can play with these. It depends on your gear, what you have, what you're missing, etc. But for me, I'm going with the life. Like I said, that this is a choice. And then the Warriors, yeah, we already did that. Uh, and then Golem, we did that. And then Mages, we did that. All right, so that's the gear, and let me show you the packs. So Ravenous, this is definitely 100% the best pack in the game. Definitely the best. 20% chance to increase your attack speed by 40% of your total movement speed for 6 seconds. Current bonus 60.1. That's a lot. So yeah, that's huge. That lets me just spam the heck out of Hemorrhage, which gives us blood orbs and also keeps us healthy and keeps it just keeps our essence up. It's really nice to have attack speed, and then always want to just be Iron Maiden. I use this for essence. It's just a really nice combo. It's a lot. I like it. I actually like to play this more than Bone Spear, even though Bone Spear is better. But yeah. So, anyways, Blood Boil. The volatile drops, I can't even see those, so that's pretty useless. But every 20 seconds, your next skill is guaranteed to overpower it. That is really nice. I wish there was a better indicator to show when this is about to happen, like a timer somewhere or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Metamorph. This is really nice because you get unstoppable for 4 seconds. And we're evading all the time, constantly evading. You wanted to be spamming evade, pretty much. Um, so this is really nice. And then the damage is okay because we do all physical, like all of our skills are physical damage. So we do quite a bit of damage there. Do. And then domination. This one, after you use grasping tendrils or corpse tendrils, um, domination is it's pretty good. 24% increased damage, so that's huge. When you get elites, you hit them with the tendrils, and then pop them with the blood surge after a couple hemorrhages, and they typically take a lot of damage. And then this one, obviously, 20% cooldowns on your ultimate, and your ultimate deals 12% increased damage for each nearby enemy affected by your damage over time effects. So, I mean, the cooldown reduction is mainly why I take that, because 20% cooldowns, that's huge. So, yeah, we always want that Bone Storm up. All right, and then let's go to our skill tree real quick. We're just going to go over this real quick. So, 1 point in Hemo, 1 point enhanced, 1 point accolade, 1 point unveiling energy, 1 point imbalanced, or I'm sorry, 3 points in imbalanced, and then you're gonna max blood surge, 1 point in enhanced, 1 point in paranormal, 1 point in hued flesh, and then 1 point blood mist, 1 point enhanced, and 1 point ghastly blood mist. Come down here, 1 point Iron Maiden, 1 point enhanced Maiden, and then 1 point Maiden again. 3 points in amplified damage, 3 points in death embrace, and then you're gonna take 3 points in all of these here. Okay, and this one's your necklace. That's why it's a +6. Tides of blood. Your blood skills deal 30% increased damage over power damage. This is double while you're healthy. So this is huge. And that fortify plus barrier, 70k health, efficient, is really nice to keep this bonus always up. So you're always doing that bonus overpower damage. Really nice. 1 point tendril, 1 point enhanced, and then 1 point blighted. Come come down here, 3 points standalone, 3 points memento, and then 3 points inspiring leader. And then Bone Storm, you're gonna max that out all 3 points. And then last is Rathaman's Vigor, you're gonna take that. Okay, now the Paragon board. Here we have Blood Drinker, okay, so that's going to be Blood Drinker, and that goes up to Bloodbath, okay, and that's socketed in Territorial, alright, and then we're going to come over to Blood Begets Blood, and then that's Corporal, okay, and then we come down here, and that's Scent of Death, okay, and that's Dominate. So Dominate gives a lot of damage, by the way. Look at that, overpower damage. So you definitely want to be getting to Dominate as soon as possible with this build because a lot of your damage comes from Dominate. Alright, and then lastly is going to be Control, and that is going to be Bone Graft, but you don't take Bone Graft. You're just going to get Tenacity, which is 8% life, which is huge. And then you also have another 4% if you meet the requirements. So I have a lot of life. And then yeah, Control. This is okay. It gives more damage when you use tendrils, and the target is stunned. So pretty nice. It's also really good in groups because a lot of people are stunning and freezing, etc. So group play. This build is actually pretty nice. Now if you're playing with somebody who's just one-shotting everything, it doesn't really matter then. So, but yeah, that's the Paragon board. Now let's go ahead and show you guys some gameplay, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And yep, I tested this build pretty much everywhere in the game: Nightmare Dungeons, bosses, Helltide, the Green Zone. This build really shines in Helltide and the Green Zone. Really good for farming boss materials, but it sucks for bossing. Killing bosses is miserable. It takes too long. You don't have the damage. It takes too long. Bone Spear is just way faster. But this build is way more faster than Bone Spear for clearing like Helltide and Green Zone. So farming the initial mats up for the boss is much quicker this way. Let me pull up this video for Helltide. This is Helltide, and I really like the build for Helltide. It's fun. It's a lot more entertaining than just throwing a bone spear down the screen. So let's go ahead and watch some of this. So essentially, you want to go into a pack and you want to curse them if you have no mana, and that'll give you full mana. And then you can hemorrhage if you want. You can tendril. Normally I just blood surge and blow up the pack. And for like Nightmare Dungeons, you probably have to tendril and suck them in and debuff them and do a little bit more crit damage. But you're mainly trying to get the overpower. So every 5 attacks, you're guaranteed overpower, and it's okay. But I like this build for Helltide because it clears out the packs really quickly, and you're on to the next pack, or really quickly. So I just like it for that reason. But as far as for bosses and stuff and high level Nightmare Dungeons, I'm not. It's not good. It's terrible. Even with like really good gear, it's still really bad. Like you can see the damage is not high at all, but it blows these lower level mobs up. It just destroys them. So it's really good for farming the initial boss mats. So yeah, I just wanted to show Helltide real quick. It's okay. I still think Bone Spear is just gonna be more dominant. It's just gonna be better. Even if I got like another 1000% overpower damage, like the highest overpower I've seen was like 600k. It's just not good. But I mean, like I said, if you just want to use it for Helltides and Green Zone, yeah, it's good for that. You see how quickly I get around? It's pretty nice. It's not barbarian speed or rogue speed. It's definitely not barbarian speed. Barbarian and Sork are insane. You just can't keep up with those classes. If you want a true Helltide champion, Whirlwind Barbarian is just not computable. Ball Lightning Sork is good for everything. I think Ball Lightning Sork is probably the best class of the season, in my opinion. It's probably going to be the top one. So let's go ahead and close this out. This is the build. And like I said, it sucks for bossing, and I'm probably going to switch back to Bone Spear so I can do bossing. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, and yeah, let me know if there's something else you guys want to see. I'm probably going to go over a few more things, a few more videos, and then start pumping out some more content. But yeah, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.